Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, what we have here is another Sabre made in Japan Barlow that I picked up today, or I got in the mail today. It's the model 29 Sabre made in Japan. It's got a little bit of rust on it and everything, but it's got a really thin blade here. Doesn't look like it's been overly sharpened. It needs some cleaning, because like I said, it's got rust in there. It's got gunk. I'm just showing you how I received it. A small crack right here on the bone. These are bone handles, saw cut bone. Now Sabres originally, the reason why I collect these is this is the first pocket knife I ever bought. It's a Sabre made in Japan, and this one is the model 49, and I've had this one since the mid to late 60s. Not much of an action to it anymore, the blades don't, that one snaps in place, but the pin blade doesn't really. What got me interested in them is they were my first knives. This is the melon tester that I got taken away from me. I kind of cleaned up, but I had used it to arc a starter solenoid on a truck to get it going. Yeah, I abused my knives when I was a kid. Now, here's like what they would call like a granddaddy Barlow. This one is made in Ireland, and it looks like it's saw cut, but this is just plastic. You can kind of hear them, plastic handles. These are bone. This is a much more substantial knife. I like the bone ones, but they also come in wood. Like this is a little hawkbill I got recently with a really good action. First they had no numbers on them. Then they had 2 digits. Then they went with 3. And the first digit was always a 6 on the 3-digit things. So I think this one's a 3-digit. Yeah, 677. So the first version of this would have just been a 77. And let's see what this model number is. Yeah, see, this is a 603. This is a Sabre made in Hong Kong. So let's check the weight, because there's a big difference between these two knives as far as weight. This one just feels better in hand. It just feels more substantial. We're in grams, 106 grams, as opposed to 69 grams. We're in ounces now. 2.4 ounces. 3.7. So more than an ounce heavier than the other one. Let's look at compare the blade shapes. Very similar. This one's got more of a belly. Sorry, stop oscillating, Mr. Barlow. Not Mr. Barlow. Yeah, I just like the bone a little bit better. I'm gonna remove some of the rust here and just put a light, sharpen up this edge, because it is dull. I mean, it looks sharp, but oh God, it just rips. It just tears and rips through stuff. So it needs to be sharpened, but I'm not going to go crazy with the sharpening and put a big long, bevel on it and everything. I'll probably go with a 20-degree convex on this one and just a few passes, just to get the thing back to sharp. And then I'm going to use a rust eraser on it, and remove most of the rust, and I'm not going to get all these little pits and patinas out of it. I'm just going to leave that like that. And then I'm going to oil it. And probably try to clean these up a little bit and bring out a little bit more of the color. But there you go. These are they're not super well made. They're functional. I call them like the Rough Riders of my day, of the 60s and stuff, because the most you would pay for one of these is $5. And before that, they were even cheaper. They were like $1.99, you know, every variety. I don't think they raised the price on any of them. You just take your pick. Now, this is a later version where it says Sabre 647, but this one is actually China, which I didn't think China made these. I thought it was in Hong Kong, but still, I guess Hong Kong is. Is Hong Kong part of China? I think it is. Yeah, it is, because they were cracking down on the people trying to have democracy, of all things. All right, so there you go. These are pretty cool. Now, they make a little... Uh-oh, we had a landslide over here. Shit falling all over the place. I had a wooden block hit the floor, and then some varnish. Luckily, the lid was on it. Yeah, they're I think I paid, like, with shipping and tax and everything else, like $18 for this. And I mainly got it for nostalgia reasons, you know, slowly building up my collection. But you know how that goes. We can collect damn near anything, find any reason to collect something. I like that color. I like that shape. I like the way it sounds. Yeah, so there you go. I've got another interesting thing to show you later on. And, but for right now, this is all I've got. And if you want to see my original video on that, it's number 341, where I talk about these two. And I give you a little bit of a history on Sabre knives. They were made in Japan from 1960 to 1980. And it was the parent company was Cole National Corporation, and they once owned K-Bar. They owned the K-Bar brand from 1966 to 1999. So these were a lot of times known as the Japanese K-Bars. But anyways, there you go. Hope you found that interesting, and they're out there if you want to collect them. Like I said, they're nothing super special. I like the Japan ones, and I like the bone handle. The mother of pearl, a lot of times these guys, the handles are cracked like crazy when you find them. Well, it's not mother of pearl, it's imitation mother of pearl. Because some people will actually try to advertise this as pearl handle. You know how eBay is. They don't know what they're talking about a lot of times. Anyway, there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.